Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys hear me? So, can you guys hear me? Hi. So I see hi Bramwell. Hi Jadis Kumar. Hello, how you guys doing? All right. All right, all right, all right. How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, give me a yes. All right, give me a yes if you can hear me. So just some updates for you guys here. We have just conducted a Kickstarter program, so you guys can see the link at the bottom of this screen. Keep on scrolling, keep on scrolling. Okay, so basically we are having a Kickstarter program for Pip Secrets members. So is we have two programs here. One is called a Mastermind program, and we have one program for Kickstarter as well. And we has just conducted an online class for yesterday. So meaning that the online class we have just conducted on yesterday is on Kickstarter, and we have discussed a lot of things on the online class. We have discussed about how to identify and how to trade with price action, and we have discussed on how to identify market structure, and we have discussed on how can you spot a very good entry by using by using trend lines in multiple time frames. So we'll still be organizing a lot of online classes in the future by using Zoom, because one of the reason we no longer do class on Facebook is that we want people to really take action, that to commit the time and to commit the effort, that really passionate towards trading. Okay, so we are offering this Kickstarter program for just 7 USD. And what you can get is that you can get, first you can get one Kickstarter membership package. This is for lifetime. And the second thing that you are going to get is you'll be accessible to all FX Action Trader future online Zoom classes. And all the classes will be recorded and will be uploaded to the membership area, so you can get unlimited access and also unlimited review, revision, or unlimited rewatching of all the videos. Okay, so if you guys have not subscribed to our Kickstarter program, please click, or you can just copy the link below here. There's a link scrolling below here. Just subscribe today, because I don't know that when this promotion is going to end. All right. Okay. So back to this. So today I'm going to share a lot of analysis today. Please share this live session to your friend. All right. Please share this live session to your Facebook wall. Please share this to your friends. Okay. And if you have not subscribed to our Telegram channel, please make sure you are in our Telegram free channel, because we are going to post analysis there. We are going to post information about trading there, and we are also going to post some technical skill, technical knowledge in our Telegram channel. And also, please remember that we do also have a YouTube channel and also an Instagram account. Make sure that you are following us on both YouTube and also Instagram, as well as this Facebook page as well, because we are going to have a lot of updates in all the social media. Okay, so it's about another 5 minutes to go, but it's okay. I'm going to start early today because there will be a lot of chart for me to share on today's session. So please make sure that you guys focus on this session. Close your other Facebook tabs, close your other YouTube tabs. You can watch on YouTube, watch on Netflix later on. Okay, so are you guys ready? If you are ready, give me a yes. If you are ready, give me a yes, so I know that both of us are good to go. Okay. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So let me share my screen now. Okay. Okay, this is my screen. So as you can see, so what are we going to have in this euro dollar? So let us start from the daily chart. So on the daily chart, what we see is very simple. Market did not respect to the previous resistance zone, and market just went up all the way. And on H4, we can see that market is still in a bias. And the nearest point that we can look for a buy setup is actually there are two areas. The first area is at here, and the second area is at here. So what we do is that we wait for a pullback to this level, we wait for a pullback to this zone, and only we look for buy. Okay, so this is based on what I see on this H4 chart. So market might have some reversal signal during this week. I don't know, you also don't know. So how can you keep updated with all the market analysis? Please make sure that you are in our Telegram group. Okay, please make sure that you are in our Telegram channel. So according to this, market is still a buy for me. So option one is that market is going to pull back to here to look for a buy. And second is that market is going to pull back lower to this zone to look for a buy. Okay, because we can see that the entire market is supported by this trend line. So how to use trend line? Join my Kickstarter program. Those who have attended my class on yesterday, they know how to use a trend line in a very effective way to get more trade. Okay, so this is basically what I'm looking for on the euro dollar. And on the pound dollar, if you look on the daily chart, all right, this is the previous resistance level, but on this level, if you look on the H4 chart, I do not see any signs of selling. I do not see any selling signal here. So what am I doing is that if I look at the most recent market structure, market is still doing an uptrend. Market is still in an uptrend, and this is a double bottom pattern. All right, we have a double bottom here that just break out. And what I do is that I'll be looking for another buy setup here. Okay, another buy setup here. So if we do not have any structure for us to refer to the left, it's very simple. What we do is that we just stick to our risk and reward ratio, which is 1 to 2. Okay, which is 1 to 2. So the safest stop loss area for me is just right below here. This is a very strong zone for me. This is just right below here. I'm expecting market to pull back and continue to rally up, because following the trend, this is still a buy trend. Okay, so Kuma, your question on GA and ACAT, I will be explaining that later on. So let me finish my list here first. All right, so on this Aussie dollar, the same thing is that on last week we can see a very clean and clear break of this daily previous resistance level. So this is the resistance zone. We can see a very clean and clear break of this. And if you look at this on the H4 chart, market is still somehow supported by this trend line. Okay, so market, there are two important areas for us to look for. So if market break above this, I'm going to look for a buy trade. This is the first option. And the second option is that market is going to retest again the trend line. And from here, I'm looking for a buy trade. Okay, so please bear in mind that as long as this trend line is not broken, I'm not going to look for a sell trade. And also this trend line is also a confluences with the daily previous resistance zone that just turned into a support zone. Okay, so this is how we build out the confluences. So as you can see, resistance, and became support. And I'm expecting that this to be a new support level or a support zone. Okay, so on the New Zealand dollar, is a most similar behavior to what we have seen on this Aussie dollar. So on the daily chart, on last week, we can see that there is a very clean and clear break of this daily resistance level. And we are expecting that this level to turn into a support level. And on H4 chart, what we can see is that we can also draw a nice trend line here. So I'm expecting the market to retest the trend line and continue to move up. As long as the trend line is not broken, I'm going to look for buy signals or buy setup. Okay, so for gold, okay, I put gold to the last. For this for this dollar yen, on last week, we can see the market is still in a sideways condition for last week. But on last week, if you look at this H4 chart, there's actually some sell signal for us. So the first sell signal is at what we see here is that this is the dominant sell. This is a dominant setup for us. And if we trade according to this, we have our TP hit here. This is our entry. Our entry is at 50% and 61%. And also, this is our first TP got hit. So if you do not know what is a dominant setup, drop us a PM and I will send you the ebook for dominant setup. It's free of charge. Okay. I repeat again, if you want to learn more about dominant setup, just drop us a PM and I'll be sending you the ebook for dominant setup for free. Okay. I want you to PM me. I want you to drop me a message. So to show that you are really interested to learn. Okay. So if we look at this UJ market structure, market is still in a downtrend, and then market do a sideways, market continue to drop further, market do a sideways, and market is dropping again. And if you look at this market structure, what we can see that this is the nearest support zone that we can look for. So what am I looking for is that I'm looking for market to retest this support level, but I need market to not close above this support level, and I'll be looking for a sell trade here. So what if market close back to this support level and market retested this support level and could not break below? And this is the time where market is possible to reverse. So, but looking at this market structure, meaning that a breakdown from the previous sideways structure, market is still likely to be bearish. So what am I looking for is I'll be looking for trade at this level, at this support level. This is for euro, and this is for dollar yen. For euro yen, on daily chart, we can see that market is still at daily resistance here. Okay, but on H4 there is no sell signal for me to enter for a sell trade. Okay, in fact market is still supported by this trend line. Okay, I can draw the trend line here, or I can even draw the trend line like here. So market attempt to break the trend line but close with a bullish engulfing candlestick. So what am I waiting is that I'll be waiting market to do a pullback. Let us see what can we see on this H1. So on H1 we can see a very nice dominant setup and also another trend line break for the downtrend. Okay, and this is the dominant setup. So what am I looking for is I'll be looking for market to retest this level, and I'm going to put my pending buy order here and take profit, very safe take profit just at the top of this previous H4 structure. This is for a very safe trade. Okay. Okay, I just put a pending order here. All right. So the trade is about 1 to 2.93 risk and reward ratio is about 1 to 3. So this is my call for Euro JPY. And on this pound yen is almost similar to euro dollar. Okay. On pound yen, what we see on H4 is that market is still rejected or supported by this uptrend trend line. Okay, and we can see that market attempt to break lower but refuse to break lower because of this. There is a very strong bullish engulfing candlestick. And on H4, we can actually see that market has again break the trend line of this previous downtrend on this H1 structure, and we are having the trend line break after market retest this support zone. And again, what we can see is that there is also another bullish dominant setup here. All right, so I'll be going to put my entry at pending order at here. Again, this is about 1 to 3.6 risk and reward ratio. Okay, so this is my call for the pound yen. It's going to look for a buy. Okay, it's going to look for a buy trade here. And Aussie yen. For the Aussie yen, what we can see on H4 is that if we draw this H4 trend line, market has broken, but there is a bullish engulfing candlestick here. So if you're looking for buy, the safest take profit is at this level because market created a level here. But if you are going to trade according to the market trend, please take note that this is also a bearish dominant setup. I'll be waiting for market to retest this level, and I'll be looking for a sell here. Okay, this is for the Aussie yen. Okay, let us look to the New Zealand yen. The New Zealand yen is pretty similar to what we have on the Aussie yen. So on the daily chart, we can see that there are two market was refusing to close above this previous daily resistance level. So this indirectly that this is a possible area for market to form a double top. Okay, but on H4, what we can see is that market has actually broken this trend line on H4. I will use blue color for H4. So I'll be looking for sell when market retested this level. I'll be looking for sell signal at here. Okay, I'll be looking for sell signal at here. And my take profit, my potential take profit is around here. It's about 1 to 6, but I will just take about 1 to 2. Is good enough for me. Okay. I'll wait for market to retest this area. I can even spot entry patterns on the lower time frame for this New Zealand yen. So just now, Kuma was asking about pound Aussie and Aussie Canadian. All right, let us go through this Euro Aussie first. On Euro Aussie, on the daily chart, we can see that very obvious market is still in a downtrend. Okay, there is no signal for us to go for buy. And if you look at the SNR level, these are the area that market is going to retest. This is a previous support level that turns into a resistance level. And what we are doing is that I'm going to look for sell signal at here. Okay, this is my trade idea for the Euro Aussie. And for the pound Aussie, all right, for the pound Aussie, if you look at the daily chart, the same thing as well. Market attempt to do a double bottom, but market did not able to hold for this double bottom, and market push up and break below this double bottom. So this is still, I will still be looking for a sell for this trade. And on H4, we can also see that market is on daily chart. We can also see that market stays below the trend line. So we can have a clearer picture on H4. So this is what we can see on H4. Market is still staying below the trend line. Okay. So what we are waiting is on H1, we can still draw a trend line here. We just wait for market to break, pull back, retest, and then we go for a sell trade. Okay, so for me, for the pound Aussie, my view for this pair is still a sell. Okay, so for dollar Canadian pair, obviously on daily chart there is still a sell. It's still a sell trade, very obvious. Okay, and if we look at this on H4, we can actually see that market was testing this trend line for 1, 2. It's about after being a sideways market retested this trend line and market fails to close below. Market fails to close above and markets just break down and continue to head downwards. So for this dollar Canadian pair, I will still look for a sell trade. Okay, I'll still be looking for a sell trade. All right, in fact, you can go for a sell trade on H1. All right, because we have a trend line break here. So we can either sell at here is about here, your stop loss and your take profit. All right, this is about 1 to 2.7. Okay, we only sell when market retested the above level. All right, so for Australian Canadian, okay, I seldom trade cross pair like this. Okay, for this pair, what I see is that on daily chart is still in an uptrend, and if you look to the left, this resistance level is at here, is somewhere around April. Is a bit far for me. All right, for me personally, I think that this is a bit far. And on H4, what I can see is that market is still supported by this trend line. Okay, market is still supported by this trend line. And if we add on the SNR level, market is still ranging between this level. If we go to H1, we can actually see that there is a trend line break here. So this will be a buy signal for me, still a buy signal for me. So the safest stop loss is just below the trend line, and I will take 1 to 2. All right, just set to break even when you have 1 to 1. So we try to not counter the trend. So for this Australian Canadian pair, I was still looking for a buy. All right, I will still be looking for a buy. Okay, so let us look at this EG. So for this EG on daily, daily is still on a buy because we can see the market is keep on doing lower low, higher low and also higher high. But this pair I will just be keep in view first, because what I see is that because this is the previous market structure high, and when market retest this level, what am I seeing is that I'm seeing there are a lot of weak rejection here. So what happened when we see a lot of rejection here is that the market is lack of buyer to break this previous high level. Okay, so I'm going to look for a buy if this level was broken, pull back, and then only I look for a buy. Else I will just keep in view. I will not go for a sell because market is still in an uptrend. All right, we try to not counter trend. Market is still in an uptrend. Okay. All right, so let us back to gold, the last pair for today. So on gold last week was crazy. We have about it's about 1,000 pips. It's about 1,000 pips rally up for gold. So there might be a pullback for this week because whenever price travel up, there should be some pullback. But I'm not asking you to sell on pullback. So when market is doing pullback, it's the time for us to look for a buy setup, meaning that we are going to buy at a cheaper price. Okay, if you look at H1, which are the area that we can look for buy, we try to find area that has been tested for multiple times. All right, so area like this that has been tested for multiple times, and also area like this that has been tested for multiple times. Okay, meaning that we are looking market to pull back to this level or market to pull back to this level. So when market is pulled back to this level, we are not going to buy immediately. We need to observe that market is not able to close below. We need to see something like this. Something like this. Market is not able to close below, and then only we look for our entry, and then only we go for our buy entry. Okay, do not put your pending order at this zone, especially when you are trading gold, because it's very, very dangerous. This pair is so volatile. Okay, we wait for market to pull back to this key area or key structure zones, and then only we look for a potential buy. Okay, I'm not asking you to sell. Okay, I'm not asking you to sell this pair, but we wait for market to show us the signals. Okay, so that's all for this week sharing. So we'll be posting more updates on our Telegram and also our Facebook as well. Please make sure that you are in our channel, and also please make sure that you have signed up for our Kickstarter program, because there are a lot of content there for you to learn, and I'm sure that this can bring your trading to the next level. Okay, so that's all for this week. Thank you for joining me. See you guys again on next week.